Hey everyone, how you doing today? We'll have Coach Bluter in just a moment here, and then we'll have three student athletes. I believe it's Monica, McKenna, and Caitlin. I'll let you know that order shortly. I think I gave you all privileges to record. Let me know if you do not have those. Okay, this is also muted though, I think. There you go.
All right. Brandy, are you there?
I am, but I think we need you to turn your video on. There we go.
Oh, my video is on.
Awesome. We're great. We'll go ahead and have you start with an opening statement, and then we'll open it up for questions.
All right. We're ready. You know, it's like, get ready to go again. We're in the Big Ten right now, and you get one down, you get ready for the next one. You don't have much time to really celebrate that victory. You got to kind of move on to the next one. But I was really happy with the way we played in Illinois. You know, going on the road and getting a convincing road win was just, I think, really good for our team and really important right now in this stretch, because we've got 4 games kind of close together, not any days off really. And so being able to go to our bench early was really nice. And, you know, especially with Minnesota coming to town on Wednesday. Minnesota is a team that picked up their first Big Ten win against Wisconsin yesterday in overtime. They've had some injuries. They've had some COVID situations. So it's hard to really get a feel for this team, but I'm sure that they're very excited coming off their first victory of the year against a Big Ten opponent.
Awesome. If you have a question for Coach Bluter, please raise your hand in the participant window. Coach, your first question is from Howard.
Coach, Happy New Year, and thanks for doing this as always. I have a fairly simple question for you, which is that, you know, in light of all of the great freshmen there have been, whether, you know, we're talking about Page or, you know, out west in Oregon, the group, obviously you've got one of them. And I'm wondering, is Caitlin Clark the best freshman in the country? And if so, why? And if not, why not?
Well, I think you could give an argument for that. She's certainly producing as she is one of the best freshmen in the country. And to be quite honest, I haven't paid attention to a lot of the other ones. That's just not on my radar right now. You know, my radar is really to get ready for the next team and the next opponent and really focusing on my team. So I'm really not in tune with what's going on around the rest of the country with the rest of the freshmen. But I will just say, just now, obviously, watching her and coaching her for a few months, that she is certainly producing like she's one of the best, if not the best freshman in the United States.
And I just to follow up on that, where does she rank among the best freshmen you've ever had? You've certainly had, plenty of greats.
We have had plenty of greats, and I think of just point guards in general. And, Sam Logic came out of high school as the 11th best point guard in the country and first round, WNBA draft pick. But Sam was just a different type of point guard. They're two completely different types of point guards. So it's really hard to judge them or compare them because they're so different. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. It's good. Like they both had their really good strengths and they both use their strengths. So, but she's certainly, I think, one of the best freshmen that we've had. Certainly one of the best freshmen that's ever, come in and contributed immediately. Even Megan Gustafson, who left as the National Player of the Year, didn't start until really around Christmas time or even a couple of games into the Big Ten season. So, she's in some pretty good company and she's done a good job.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Next question is from Jeff.
Coach, you're 8 games in now and you're averaging 92 points a game, which is, you're scoring a lot of points. And, the sample size is large enough now to see a trend. Why is that? Why has this team been such a good offensive team so far?
Well, I mean, as you can see, we like to play up tempo. We like to get out and run. We like to take that first open shot. I think that, we're shooting the ball extremely well. I mean, you look at our shooting numbers and they're very, very good. But we also play it at a fast rate too. So it's fun. We're knocking down threes and everybody's getting involved. It's not just one or two people. It's really multiple people getting involved in that, which makes it so hard to guard. I mean, when you have somebody like Monica inside that just requires people to focus so much attention, then you've got 3-point shooters on the outside like we have. It really does open things up.
Next question is from Rick. You're on mute, Rick.
Is it off now?
There you go.
Coach, McKenna had quite a week shooting the ball. Did you see that coming, or did you have confidence that she could shoot like that?
I don't think you can ever predict something like that's going to happen, but she certainly had a tremendous week. And congratulations to her for being on the Big Ten honor roll, for Caitlin being named the Freshman of the Week again. But we've seen it over and over again. McKenna is so capable of having those type of nights. And when she hits one or two, just keep looking for her, find the hot shooter, because she really is a person that can get on a roll like that. And Rick, congratulations to your wife as well on her retirement. I think we froze.
You can hear me?
There we go.
Okay. Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah. Coach, one thing you always worry about when you have a freshman come in and is having the numbers Caitlin has is the chemistry on your team. Maybe the old upper class players don't really are in jive with that, but it seems like they've all embraced her and it's a great team thing right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something that we really stress. It's something that's important to our team, is to have really good team chemistry. I think we work at it, but the thing is Caitlin doesn't act like a prima donna off the court, and she could, right? I mean, she doesn't act like that. She's a goof. I mean, she is one of the goofiest kids that we have, and she's somebody that likes to give a lot of talk, and then it's fun to give it back to her because she can take it. And I think that makes it different, is that she's not scared to laugh at herself. In fact, she's really fun to tease and somebody that can take that really well. And so I think it's really like, Megan was such a great teammate, but I think Caitlin is just like a jokester. And I think that makes it easier to handle kind of the attention that she's getting with that. And plus they also know that she's worked really hard for it. I mean, she works hard on her shot. She works hard on her offensive skills. And when somebody works hard for something, it's harder to be jealous about them when they are putting those extra hours in the gym. I mean, right at the Christmas break, the start of Christmas break, I go by the gym and she was in there a lot in our practice gym. So it makes a difference when somebody works really extra hard for those things.
Are there any more questions for Coach Bluter? Great. Thanks, Coach.
Right. Thank you.
Good luck on Wednesday.
Thanks.
All right, coming up, we'll have Monica Sonano, McKenna Warnock, and Caitlin Clark. Hi, Monica. How are you?
Oh, good. How are you?
Wonderful. We'll go right into questions for Monica. So if you have a question, please raise your hand in the participant window and I will call on you. Monica, your first question is from Howard.
Monica, Happy New Year. Thanks for taking the time to chat with us.
Yeah. Happy New Year to you too.
Thanks. I want to talk to you, if I could, about Caitlin Clark. And, there's been a bumper crop of freshmen all over the country. I don't know how much you've had a chance to see others playing as well, but I'm wondering if, in your mind, is she clearly the top freshman in the country? And if so, what would be the argument you'd make in support of that?
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I'm kind of with Coach Bluter. Once Big Ten season starts, I kind of start to lock in. But coming from Minnesota, obviously, I know about Paige and I've watched Paige play and stuff. They're both really amazing, and I'd say they play very differently. I think a lot of the freshmen in this class, they have different things, different niches, different things that they're really good at. And I do think that with this team at this time, Caitlin is kind of what we needed, and things are moving and flowing really well. So I think everything is kind of playing out as it should. I haven't really paid that much attention to kind of how things are going in college basketball, but yeah, I think how they're going right now for our program within our circle is really well.
I appreciate the Minnesota perspective.
Yeah, thank you.
Next question is from Jeff.
Yeah, just kind of piggybacking on that. How has this team accepted or embraced her? And, she brings a little bit of an edge to her. Is that something the team needed as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think Kathleen also kind of had that edge with her. And we knew what we were losing there. And obviously we're bringing in another freshman point guard. But I think that having that edge is something that the team is kind of used to a certain extent. We're used to having a point guard with that edge. Obviously it looks different on different people. But yeah, I mean, I think that obviously they aren't really comparable. Every point guard I think Iowa has had different things that are really good about them. But yeah, I think having us accept her and accepting her kind of happened in the summer. Getting to know her, kind of getting to know people off the floor is when the real teamwork and cohesion comes in. So once that happened, things on the court were able to flow better.
Next question is from Rick Brown.
Yeah, Coach Bluter has never been one to hype recruits, but she really put it on Caitlin's back, said she's, out goes Doyle, in comes Clark. Did you guys hear all that talk, and did you wonder, could she really be that good?
I'm going to be honest. I think last year we were really focused on our season, on COVID, on what was happening in the world. Last year we kind of came out from nowhere, had a really good season, and I think that's what we were focusing on. I think our program does a really good job of staying within our circle. While Iowa basketball is happening in the Big Ten, that's all that's happening. We're focusing on the next game. We know that the coaches are going to do what they need to do to make sure our transition between teams comes and goes as it needs to. We know we don't really need to worry about that. So I knew that it was in good hands. I knew that the coaches were going to handle what they needed to handle, and all that our team needed to do was focus on winning and doing the best we could in the Big Ten.
Steve?
Yeah, Monica, you've faced Minnesota a couple times now as a Hawkeye. Does it mean any more or any less the longer you get into your career?
Yeah, I mean, every time I think it's always just fun. I think every year you kind of feel like you're an upgraded version of yourself. So it's always fun to think of, oh, this Monica is going to get to go against this team this year. And it's always so fun. And it's always fun. My sister is now verbally committed to Minnesota, has signed. So the game means even more now. It's kind of a thing in our household. Who wins the game is who gets bragging rights for the rest of the year. So that's always really fun. I think it's just really excited. Minnesota is kind of watching them play is when I realized my dream of playing in college basketball. And so it's just really special to me to be able to play against them and to play. I know we're playing them here, but when we get to go there to play them, that's also really special. Like in the barn is where I realized that dream. And so I'm really happy I am where I am. Go Hawks. But it is really special to me.
Thanks.
Jeff?
Your sister's a senior now in high school, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I know it's not going to happen this year, but how much are you looking forward to going up against her next year?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I've never been on opposing teams as her. I played on the same team as her for a while. But yeah, she's not a post really, so I don't have to worry about like a direct matchup, even though I wish that could happen. I'm gonna ask for a switch on some screens. But I'm just really excited to play against her, and I think our whole family is really excited just to kind of have two of the Sonanos in the Big Ten and being able to support both of us. It's just going to be a really fun time for our family.
Any more questions for Monica? Great. Thanks, Mon.
Yeah, thank you.
Wednesday. Go Hawks. Hi, McKenna.
Hi.
Congrats on being named to the Big Ten Honor Roll.
Thank you.
We will go right into questions for McKenna. So if you have a question, please raise your hand in the participant window. First question is from Rick Brown.
Yeah, McKenna, where's your confidence level right now with that jump shot? Got to be pretty high, isn't it?
It was a really good stretch this past week, yes, but I always try to keep it minimized at least. It has helped me in practices and stuff to take those little extra shots as well, but not too high. Don't want to ride too high on it.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, just your thoughts. This team's scoring a ton of points. I think you're averaging 92 a game. You're 8 games in and you're scoring a lot. I mean, is this team having a lot of fun? And do you like the style of the way things are going right now?
Yeah, of course. I love just getting out and being able to push the ball. I think our point guards do an amazing job at that. And obviously having a freshman that scores how much she scores every single game, it's awesome. And she can just get the ball up the court, make some really good passes, get other people open. And so Monica's doing an amazing job down low as well and getting our 3-point shots available. So I just think everything's working really well and our cohesion is doing what it should.
Rick?
What's it like playing with a player like Caitlin Clark? Just kind of explain that to me.
Yeah, Caitlin's an amazing player. Obviously, one that you don't see very often. One of the best, if not the best, freshmen in this certain class. But she just brings a lot to the team. We definitely needed a point guard and a leader just to step up right away after Doyle had left. And I think she's done an amazing job with that. She gets those extra baskets that we need. And whenever we need her, when the shot clock is winding down, she always makes those crazy step back shots. No idea how she does that, but it's awesome to have someone that can do that for you.
Jeff?
Yeah, this is a team that's always been, always talked about culture and chemistry and all that. How has this team embraced or at least accepted Caitlin as far as her role and what she does?
I think this really started in the summer. We do a lot of scrimmaging against each other, and I think we all right off the bat realized how good she really was. And so I think we all just embraced her and we trusted in her, and then she's trusting in us now as well too. So I think that's a great part to show how our cohesion works, even when we're having different players coming in and out of different spots every year.
Howard?
Thanks for the time, McKenna. You as a freshman were immediately productive, and you were hitting more than 40% of your threes and, doing things that weren't typical of a freshman. But I wonder, was there a mental aspect to it too, about where and how aggressive to be, and how did you navigate that, and how much is that an added element of difficulty for any freshman to be able to succeed, Iowa or anywhere else?
Yeah, I think just the team that helps you the most. The older players who have been there for so long, they just trust in you and they tell you on and off the court how worthy you are to be here and how amazing of a player you are. And so for me, that's what helped me. It raised my confidence so much. And the coaches are obviously very respectful and helpful in that way as well. But like for Caitlin this year, I think that we all trusted in her right off the bat. And so she's been able to produce amazing numbers like she has, and we still trust in her, which is a great aspect of our team.
Thank you.
Any other questions for McKenna? Oh, go ahead, Zach.
Well, John, welcome, McKenna. If you could just kind of give me a breakdown of Minnesota. What do you know about them? What are some areas you can kind of exploit where you guys feel like you have some advantage?
Yeah, Minnesota is a great team. I think that they're riding off of a really good win against Wisconsin, which is also a great team this year. And so I think that they're a team that we have to look out for. Last year, we only won to them by 3 at their place, only won to 8 at our place. So we can't overlook them at all. They have some amazing shooters, some really good 3-point shooters. They have a really good transfer coming in, kind of going to be able to drive and do all those little things. They have a really amazing point guard as well. So I think it'll be a great matchup in every aspect. We have a great post, great point guard, great 3-point shooters. So I think it's a really good matchup in that way.
Jeff?
Yeah, just tell us about the start you guys got off to against Illinois, a team that you could have been forgiven, for overlooking a little bit. Looked like you came out, everything ablazing.
After our Michigan State game, that's kind of been our main focus. We started obviously very slow against Michigan State, so we just wanted to come out with guns firing and as fast as we could. I think we pushed the ball really well. We got down the court, and our defense is what helped us in the beginning. They only had 10 points in the first quarter. So I really give props to our defense on that aspect.
Awesome. Thanks, McKenna. Good luck on Wednesday.
Thank you.
Hi, Caitlin.
Hi.
Congrats on Freshman of the Week. We'll go right into questions for Caitlin. If you have a question, please raise your hand in the participant window. Caitlin, your first question is from Howard.
Caitlin, Happy New Year and thanks for the time. Obviously, there's a fairly robust crop of great freshmen in this class, you being among them. I'm wondering a couple of things. One is, do you consider yourself to be the best freshman in the country? And related to that, how important is making that distinction clear to you?
Yeah, I mean, I've always thought my class of basketball players has been really, really talented, especially in the guard position. If you just look at us coming out of high school, there's been a ton of guards, whether not even point guards, just guards overall, a lot of strong players. I'm not going to comment on if I'm the best because there's just so many talented ones and a lot I've got to play with for sure that I know really well. And I think that's great for women's basketball as well. You want those good players. You want great freshmen. I think that's just great for the game and brings a lot of attention to the game for sure. But overall, I mean, I'm just focused on us winning more than anything. I don't really care about if I'm the best freshman, whatnot. If I just keep producing like I do and help this team win, that's really all that matters to me.
And just related to it, is there an added barrier as a freshman to come in and sort of take ownership of a team in the way you have? And I'm wondering how you went about doing that, and if there was a key moment where you felt like you were able to do it.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of trust, especially at the point guard position. Like, you need trust, and the point guard is usually kind of your biggest leader. So just earning your teammates' trust, and I think that started in the summer, whether it was in the weight room or when we would just play pickup together, just going as hard as I can every second and being a good teammate. I think that helped a lot. And I think they definitely trust me now, and I'm trusting them, and I think that's huge for us.
Thanks, Jim.
Jeff?
Yeah, Coach said you're quite the jokester. Tell us a little bit about that. She says that off the court you're pretty funny.
I mean, I would say I'm funny. If you're ever around me, I'm just like a loose, fun person. Maybe on the court sometimes I seem a little serious and a little intense, but off the court I like to have fun. I can mess with the coaches and throw some jokes at them, and Brandy too.
Any other questions for Caitlin? Oh, go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, Coach said on occasion you laugh at yourself, you kind of make fun of yourself. Is that your competitive desire coming through, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can't take everything so seriously. You just got to be able to laugh it off. And I think, especially sometimes in practice when you make a mistake or do something that's just, is just not the right thing to do, I just kind of laugh it off. Maybe in the games, I don't laugh as much because it means a little more. But for sure, I mean, I think it's good if you're able to laugh at yourself. So that's what I do sometimes.
Anything else, guys? Oh, sorry, Rick, go ahead.
Yeah, Caitlin, do you feel like, scouting reports, obviously you're going to be marked on those. Are you feeling extra tension 8 games into the season now from defenders?
I think they definitely have me marked on the scouting report for sure, but I think the biggest thing is that we just have so many weapons. I mean, there's not much you can do, and you have 4 to 5 people in double figures every game. It's not like you can bring a triple team onto me like they were able to in high school. So I think that's a huge thing when we have so many people that are scoring in double figures, especially when McKenna's shooting the ball like she is right now and Monica down in the post. It makes it really, really hard on the defenses, and especially with our bench. I mean, it's a hard matchup. We're a hard matchup, and I think that we need to use that to our advantage going forward.
Jeff? Oh, you're on mute there. Sorry.
Yep. You're such a standout player. And what efforts did you make to fit in with this group?
Yeah, I think just being myself was the biggest one. Just play my game. Don't try to do anything that's outside of my game, for sure. And just make friendships and relationships off the court. I think that's just as big as on the court. You need to know your teammates off the court if you want to be a great team and you want them to trust you.
Great. Thanks, Caitlin. Appreciate your time. Good luck on Wednesday.
Thanks.
Thanks as always for your coverage, guys. We'll see you, most of you on Wednesday.